Good morning. Today is Tuesday, August 1st. And today I want to tell you um, about a little story about what happened with Jesus and his followers. Well, anyway, in Mark chapter 6, it talks about how John the Baptist, which is Jesus' cousin, was beheaded. And so when the disciples they came and they took his corpse and they buried him and took care of him, and then they went to Jesus and they told him everything, what had all happened. And he said, "Come aside by yourselves to a deserted place and rest a while," because he knew they needed a little bit of rest after that. It's quite a traumatic event. And so, because there was so much going on, they didn't even have time to eat. I don't know if you've ever been that busy, but they didn't even have time, and they were just like, okay, well, so much is going on. So they went in a boat by themselves off, but when the big multitude, saw them departing, they went after them, and they knew they'd be on the other side. So they went on foot, and they actually got to the other side before the disciples did, so they really didn't get much rest. And Jesus, when he saw the multitude of them, it says in chapter 6, verse 34 of Mark, "And Jesus, when he came out and saw the great multitude, he was moved with compassion for them, because they were like sheep not having a shepherd. So he began to teach them many things." So despite the fact that he needed rest and time to grieve and everything, he just said, "No, I have to do this." That's how he was. He again just kind of gave up his own comfort and convenience so that he could help those who were like sheep without a shepherd. Now, my Rosie's really having a good time, let me tell you. Rosie, that's enough. Okay, yeah, I know you can get your bone. Okay, she's getting her bone. Anyway, my brother raised sheep, so I have somewhat of an idea of how they are. And when they have no one to lead them, they get scared, they get lost, they get scared very easily, and they all run together in groups. They run headlong right into trouble. Doesn't matter if there's a fence, they'll break their legs in a hole. It doesn't matter. They'll just keep going, keep running around because they're kind of hyper and scared and anxious and all that. They don't have a leader. They don't think before they act. They just run. They just do whatever. And they all follow whoever is going first. They don't have a leader, but they have to follow. Sheep are made to follow somebody. And they don't recognize the difference between good and evil, or bad or good. They just go ahead and go. And does it sound like anybody you know? What they need is a kind, compassionate leader. They know their shepherd's voice. When my brother would go to feed the sheep, he'd say one word and they'd all come running to him because he was their leader. If you ever had a chance to see little lambs, they will immediately follow whoever. And so they need someone to feed them, to take care of them, to shelter them, to not instill fear, but to protect them. They need a routine. They need to be contained because they don't know the difference. And so they will go into trouble if they're not in some kind of fence or something, or in a very safe place. They need someone soothing who has compassion. Can you think of anyone like that? Who's like has high anxiety, scared about everything, very lost, doesn't know which way they're going. They go straight into trouble every time. They don't think first. They just go. They follow anybody who's leading them, or any other group. If they get a group, they just all go together. And so, there are people like that. Little children, although they don't get scared so easy, but little children, teenagers, even some adults are like that because they've never been really given that foundation of love and compassion, safety, the guarantee of food and shelter. And so today, ask yourself, who can you lead? Who can you find to mentor, to lead, to put your arm around and take care of? Is there a lost sheep out there somewhere that needs you, that needs what you have to give them? Teaching, comforting, safety, compassion, help in discerning good from evil, keeping them out of trouble. Is there someone like that? Because that's who Jesus had compassion on, those people. And when they become Christians, they're called baby Christians because they still need to be taught. Even though if you were just saved yesterday, you just accepted Jesus yesterday, you still need to be taught and fed and taken care of. So whichever part you're playing in this world, think about it. And if you have anyone that you can lead, please do so with compassion, kindness, comfort, safety, whatever they need, because that's what we're supposed to do. Be like Jesus. Have a great day, and God bless you.